Hello, my name is Eddie Boguslawski, and I am your student's forensic science teacher this year. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video to get to know a little bit more about me and the class. So a little bit about myself. I grew up in Warren, Michigan, so I've lived in this general area my whole life except for college. I graduated from Cousino High School in 2005. After that, I went to Michigan State, where I got my undergraduate degree in biology, and I also minored in integrated science with a teaching certificate. I later obtained a master's degree in science education from Western Michigan University. This is my 10th year of teaching at Adams, and I couldn't be happier. It's also my 4th year teaching forensics. So what will we talk about in this course? And what exactly is forensic science? Forensic science is the application of different science principles to the criminal justice system. So there's a wide variety of topics in forensic science, many of which we'll cover this year. We're going to start out the year talking about crime scene analysis and photography. And then throughout the year, we'll talk at different times about DNA analysis, hair and fiber analysis, fingerprinting, toxicology and drug and alcohol testing, bone identification and analysis, dental characteristics and analysis, criminal behavior, arson, the medical and forensic autopsy, blood analysis, chemical substances, and many, many more. So what can students do with what they learn in this course? So forensic science brings in topics from all the main sciences. We'll be talking about biology topics, chemistry topics, physics topics, earth science topics, all of those throughout the year. So many careers actually involve forensic science, including a forensic scientist, which is one of the fastest growing career fields in the United States and world. FBI agents, police officers, anyone in the criminal justice venue have some connection to forensic science. A crime scene investigator, a lab technician, medical assistants, medical examiners, doctors are just a few of the careers that have a link to forensic science. Now, one thing that's really important and something I always go over with the students on the first day and wanted to share with you guys as well is that I expect a deep level of maturity from the students in this class. We talk about some very serious things in this class. Some of the topics are talking about real cases, real things that happen to real people. And just due to the nature of the crimes, many of them are immoral, many of them might be fairly graphic and things like that. We always expect the students to act with a certain level of maturity in this course. When talking about real cases, it's important for the students to remember this happened to real people, so you should always have respect for both the victims and the suspects in these cases. Now, specifically for remote learning, what can the students expect and what can you do to best help your student in this time? Class will always begin with a video call of the whole class at the scheduled class time. So whenever class begins, your students should be on the Google Meet, which they can find the access link to that in Google Classroom right when class starts. We'll usually have about 30 to 45 minutes of a whole class video call at that time. It might involve sharing out some information. It might involve going over notes. It could involve a class activity, a demonstration, some kind of lab, things like that during that time. The remainder of the time then is for the students to either work in small groups or on their own on assignments where I am available for any extra help they might need. It's expected that students are engaged with the learning as they would be in the regular classroom. What I mean by this is that they're participating, they're asking questions when they come up, showing interest in the topics, hopefully with their cameras on during it so I can see their faces and know that they're participating. All work and notes for the class can be found on Google Classroom. We've been using it for a couple of weeks now. The students should be pretty familiar with that, but if you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to ask. And if you have questions about anything at all, not just about Google Classroom or the platforms we're using, please contact me. That goes for you, that goes for your student. The best way to get a hold of me is through email. I typically check that throughout the day and will respond pretty much as soon as I get the email. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I'm really looking forward to getting to know your students throughout the semester. And as I already said, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thanks a lot. Bye.